Welcome back to the channel. So today we're finally going to be doing our redeeming options with Chase credit cards. This is a big thing for me because this is going to be my first time ever doing this. So me documenting how I'm going to be doing it. I watched some YouTube videos just to get like a heads up to make sure I'm doing everything correct. But we're just going to hop right into it. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so you can see that we are here on World of Hyatt because that's something that everyone recommends to use. So where me and my wife are going to be going to is the Dominican Republic. So we're just going to be searching that up. Dominican Republic. And then our days, we're going to be going all the way towards July 20th to the 23rd. And so we have this checked off for points. And we're going to add 2 adults. Find hotels. Now, I did do this ahead of time. Me and my wife did look at all the options that we wanted to look into. So I kind of got like a head start. So basically all the filters I'm going to be adding is something me and my wife discussed. So let's go ahead and do those filters now. So we are wanting a all-inclusive resort. So it's a resort property. And we did all-inclusive and adult only because my wife wants to enjoy her time. She doesn't want to deal with kids running in the hallways or things like that, or basically any of those options. So we agreed to terms with that, and I'm completely with her on that. That's something she wants, so we're gonna give her what she wanted. So once you do all those filters, I just hit X here, and then it basically buckles it down to 4. And the one we looked at was the Breathless Punta Cana Resort and Spa. So what we do is just click on it, and then we scroll down. And we decided to go with a club level. So club level, we looked on like social media, what people get out of this. You get a little bit more extra for your points, or if you're paying cash, then you're getting more out of your money. But again, we're just gonna be using only points only. So the room is gonna cost $27,000, not $27,000. It's 27,000 points a night. So the one we're gonna do is I believe I may mispronounce this, but it's called Excel Club Junior Suite Tropical View King. We wanted to jump on this just simply because the fact that we were only seeing the double room, which was the just dual bedroom, and that's something she didn't want. So luckily, I guess someone ended up canceling, or they had a room availability. So we ended up going with this, and so we just hit select and book. And here we have, so you currently have 0 points and need an additional 81,000 points to redeem this reward. Okay, so to do the 20th to the 23rd, I had to now redeem my points. So now we're going to go back to the Chase website. And so I'm going to enter all my information. I may blur all this out, obviously, because this is my personal information. Okay, and so when you log into Chase, this is what it's going to look like, and you're going to see this option of rewards. So we are at 111,817. So we're going to just hit that. I do have the Chase Sapphire and the Chase Freedom Unlimited, but as you may know, you have to have either Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserved in order to do the transfer partners. So if you're a person that's trying to do like basically the points for traveling, then you're gonna need one of those cards. Now these ain't the only cards. This is just specifically for Chase. There are other cards that allow you to do this, but as of this video, we're doing Chase. So we're gonna click on that one, and that loads up. And we're gonna scroll down, and let me see where I can transfer my points. So it says here, discover ways to use. And so I'm just gonna click that. So here's how it looks like. You have available points and what they're worth. And what we're gonna do is do the transfer points. So this is my first time doing this. So let's see what it asks. And so we do transfer points. So I know there is an 80% of bonus points for the IHG resorts, but everyone that I've seen always compliments Hyatt and how like they're really good with their products and you get your money's worth. So that is the reason why I'm not doing the bonus transfer. Just simply because of the fact me and my wife already been looking at the Hyatt options. And so we're scrolling down and we go to Hyatt. So we click that. Okay, so transfer time, most point transfer processed by next business day may take up to 7 days. Visit World of Hyatt or call. Okay, so I may have to edit this video in the future. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people say that they get it right then and there when they transfer the points. But let's give it a shot. So transfer points. All right, and so World of Hyatt member number and confirm. So we're gonna go back to the website. Now, I didn't want to post it on there because I don't know if that's something that everyone else is gonna see. So you just go to your Hyatt, click on your username, and then it will show like your member ID number. And then I just pasted it in there, and it gave me this option. So tell us how many points you want. You have 11, or the total amount basically, and points must be transferred to the nearest 1,000. So we're gonna click on that one. So 27, and if I were to book that room, so it says you need an additional 81,000 points to redeem this reward. Okay, and so let's go ahead and do that. So I need 81,000, so we're gonna transfer 81,000, and I don't know what that means by the free room. So let's just see it. So that's how much I have left. Submit. All right, you're all set. Your transfer, your point transfer is in progress. Look for a confirmation shortly to my email. Most point transfer process next business day. Maintain the next. Okay. So I did get some emails confirming that. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. And hopefully those points came in. So yeah, so it actually went instantly. Luckily for on this video that I didn't have to wait like a couple days. So we're just gonna do the 87 from Sunday through Wednesday. Book. So I ended up calling the World of Hyatt because I wanted to make sure that I was doing this correctly. It says 3 nights, and maybe I'm overthinking this, and probably you guys thinking in the comments below, like, dude, it's just 3 nights. But I was looking at it as in, like, I'm paying for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but they only go by nights that you sleep in. So you're going to be sleeping on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but on Wednesday is the checkout day by 12. For this resort, at least, right? They're saying that we have to check out by 12. So I'm only going to be using 81,000 points. And so I'm not going to be sharing my screen on this part because it's asking for personal information. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And I will cut this over until we go to the next page. So after you enter all your information, you get a confirmation number. And then I believe this would send a confirmation to my email as well. Yeah, so I did get a confirmation to my email. But that was a lot easier than I expected, to be honest. Besides the fact of me having like a brain fart of how like this worked with staying nights and things like that. But yeah, I am excited for this. It's something that came out completely free. Trying this new thing that everyone always recommends about traveling, and I will be documenting this as well because I do want to record like where we stayed at, how nice it was, what to expect from the World of Hyatt. But this is going to be in July, so it's basically almost 2.5 months out before I even record it. But yeah, I mean, again, this was really easy. If you're a big fan of credit cards, you know how to use the system to where you're benefiting off of it. I highly recommend doing this because, I mean, we saved a couple $100, maybe even thousands just doing this. And again, like, technically it's not free because you're using points, and basically a lot of people can fight about it saying it's not technically free because you're still spending money. But if you're doing it the right way, technically, to me, in my head, it is coming out free. But yeah, so I hope this video was kind of shows you guys like how to do it for your first redemption. I'm not going to be documenting the purchasing of flight tickets just simply because of the fact that we're not redeeming through points. That's something that it is going to be coming out of pocket from my end. But this goes to show that if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's basically really easy. I thought it was going to be a lot more complex when doing the transfer partners, especially when I saw that you have to wait a couple of days in order to get it. That was not the case here. So it happened instantly. I got the confirmation saying that the points transferred. So then I went ahead and moved it over to the World of Hyatt. And as you can see from the video, it was really straightforward, really easy. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope this was short and sweet for you guys so you can show you how easy it is to do the actual transferring of things. There is a whole other side of things with traveling with flights. I know a lot of people do like the transfer partners try to maximize your points for traveling. Maybe down the line I will do something like that, but as of now, like I mentioned earlier, that I am paying out of pocket for these tickets. So until then, hopefully I can find another time to document a flight. But yeah, let's continue to try to keep things simple and see you on the next one.